is all about fish. Fish, fish, fish. The first thing you need to do when you cook mussels is to make sure that the pan is very, very hot. I'm going to add a little touch of olive oil. Usually I would have put garlic, a bit of chili, but you know, the local people, they just put the mussels in there, a touch of white wine and water, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. See the heat? That's what you want. A little bit of white wine goes in there. I'm gonna put a touch of salt, and you will see that in about 2 minutes, all the mussels will open, the job is done. The worst thing that you could do to mussels is overcook them. They're gonna get dry, they're gonna get chewy. Mussels, as soon as the shell starts to open. Come here, I'm gonna show you, look. You need to keep them beautiful and juicy. So that is the secret. Okay, you separate the mussels. And it's important to keep the juices as a stock in the Taella. Okay, how do we do this? Very simple, guys. I got some beautiful local potatoes here. This is gonna be the first layer of the Taella. So you just lay them, slightly overlap, it's fine. But, you know, don't waste too much time. Half of my cherry tomatoes on top. Half of the onions, finely sliced. Then generously sprinkle salt. Remember, you have to season this as you go. Now we're gonna put the herbs. Now what we're gonna do with the mussels? Just gonna lay on top like this. Okay, guys, a true Neapolitan like me will never use any cheese to go on top of this Taella. The thing is, the people from Puglia, they grate Parmesan cheese now on top of the mussels. I don't particularly agree, but I'm gonna have to stick with the original recipe because I'm worried that these people, they're gonna kill me. Parmesan cheese, I can't believe I'm doing this. You know, moments like this, it's better that my grandmother is not with me anymore because if she would have seen me pour Parmesan cheese on top of the mussels, she would have gone bananas. Okay, Gino, don't look, it's fine. Don't worry, Gino, this is a recipe that is over 500 years old. The Spanish people gave it to the people from Puglia. Everything is gonna be okay. Okay, now the rice. You can use any rice that you would use to make a risotto. Half of the rice goes straight on top of the mussels and the Parmesan cheese. Then on top of that, I got my secret ingredients. There you go. Saffron. This is gonna give a sexy color to my rice. At this stage, you have to do exactly the same all over again. This recipe will feed between 4 and 6 people, so you gain quite a lot out of the ingredients. Then do you remember I told you to keep the mussels stock? What I want to do, I'm gonna put this straight on top, and this is gonna give me a natural fish stock to the dish. Okay, ragazzi, the lid goes on. Preheat your oven, 200 degrees, 45 minutes with the lid on, then take the lid off and finish off cooking for another 15 minutes. And an hour later, my Taella is almost perfect. Oh, yeah. It looks beautiful. This is exactly what I'm expecting to look like. And let me show you the layer. See, when you lift it up, look at that. You got the potato, and you see the color of the saffron into the rice. And I think to make this one even better, I'm going to add a Gino touch to the Taella. Now, you remember I got those beautiful purple head prawns? I'm not gonna waste them. I'm gonna use them, and I'm gonna put them on top of the Taella. I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic, peperoncino, chili flakes. We want to make sure that it's got a nice kick. Okay, prawns in there with the head on, shell, everything, just the way they are. I'm gonna put a little bit of parsley, little touch of white wine. And do remember, prawns, are like any seafood. Do not overcook them. Be very careful. See how quick it is to cook prawns? Oh, like that. I'm just gonna leave them like this, standing up. So you can imagine if you make a dish like this, serve it just in the Taella pot, in the middle of the table, all your friends and family, they can tuck in and enjoy something that is absolutely delicious. All these beautiful juices here. Put a little squeeze of lemon on top. These potatoes, they have a very delicate skin, so the way to clean them, slowly, and just get rid of all the dirt. If you can find Galatina potatoes in your local supermarket, shallot potatoes will also do the job. Look, I got them some already boiled, because we're gonna make a salad. Boil them until al dente, and I'll keep the skin on because the skin is nice and sweet. So what I'm gonna do, you're just gonna slice the potato into rings, okay? Like this, not too thin. A few capers. Then I'm going to add some beautiful green pitted olives, obviously from this area, because here they have the best olives ever. And I'm gonna put a little bit of flat leaf parsley, the chives, like this. I love chives in a salad. It gives it a nice crunch. I like to do this salad, especially when I go for a camping trip or when I go fishing with my boys. Okay, tomatoes. I'm just gonna cut them into quarters. And then, of course, I had to use these almighty onions. This is gonna be super sweet. What a beauty. Thinly sliced. I'm trying to cut it as thinly as I can. Whenever you season the salads, okay, don't overdo it with salt. Remember, the capers are already salty. Generous amount of extra virgin oil. Look at that, it's like pouring liquid golds on the onion. And then, aceto di vino rosso, red wine vinegar. Oh, nice splash. Do you remember the beautiful honey that we tasted? Still got my fingerprint in it, by the way. I'm gonna take some of this. And right at the end, I'm gonna squeeze into the salad. Let me tell you the secret. Get the right ingredients, because when you get the right ingredients, 80% of the job is already done, and do very little with it. Yeah, remember my motto, minimum effort. Yes, you got it. Maximum satisfaction. So once you got the salads, leave it on the side, and let's get on with the fish. Look at this beautiful Seabass that Giacomo caught. Fish is probably one of the easiest things to cook ever. You just need to learn the technique, and do remember one thing when you cook fish. 10 seconds is like an hour. And you need to make sure that you don't overcook it, because there is nothing worse than overcooked fish. First of all, I'm gonna add a couple of knobs of butter. Then in there, we're gonna put some extra virgin olive oil, because the oil is gonna help the butter not to burn. I got plain flour, and I filleted my Seabass. So this spigola here has got no bones, and we took all the scale out. Once you take the fish, the side that you got the skin, if you can fold it inwards like that, and then with a knife, just make a very simple cut. You want about 3 cuts, no more than that. Don't go all the way through the flesh, yeah? Just a little cut on the skin, like that. And the reason why I done these 3 cuts, because then when I'm gonna fry it, it's not gonna curl. Skin side down, straight away, like that. That's what you want to see. You want here, the oil. You probably want to do about 2.5 to 3 minutes on one side. Make sure it's nice and crispy, then you turn it around 1 minute, no more than that. See, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Crispy skin, beautiful and golden. Fish is a little bit like meat. At some point when you cook it, if you have the chance, just let it rest. Let the meat of the fish starts to relax and all the juices come out, so it's gonna be nice and tender. Look at that. I am super happy. Look at this fish. We're gonna use this pan now to make a very, very quick Italian salsa. It should take you about a minute, no more than that. I got my onions. Tomatoes, look at the way I'm doing it. Just, you know, chunks, slice. And I got a little bit of parsley, which I'm gonna put at the end. We're gonna start with the onions because they take the longest. Like that. Just make sure that you keep jumping the onions, see? Otherwise they burn. In there straight away, we're gonna go for the tomatoes. Like this. A thing that my mom used to do. You cut some tomato in half, and you put into your hand and you just squeeze them. So all the pulp goes into the salsa. Like that, look. This is a proper Italian way of cooking. Just shovel everything in a pan and allow the ingredients to do the job. Squeeze a little bit of lemon. Job done, guys. Bello, bello, bello. Now, in here, we're gonna put on one side this beautiful potato salad. If you got some nice crunchy bread, you can do a bit of danky. And then, simply, you get your beautiful fish on top. Just like that. Now, the question you should ask yourself is this. If I can do this in the middle of nowhere, on a table with a frying pan, there is no excuses why you couldn't do this beautiful Seabass and my potato salad at home. So, I got 3 egg whites. Just make sure that they start to foam up a little bit. I'm gonna pour just a little touch of water and just mix everything together. So, I got fine salt, the one you can buy everywhere, 500 grams, and then I have rock salt, 500 grams. Now, make sure that you use an herb that can take the heat of the oven. You want to put thyme the way I'm doing, you can put thyme. Then I'm gonna use the zest of 1 lemon and then fennel seeds. Now the salt is gonna feel like snow. That is exactly what you want. Okay, now we're gonna put a quarter of this on the tray, more or less the same size of the fish. Fish goes on top of the bed, like this. We got a little bit of parsley, lemon slices, some of these fennel seeds. As it's cooking, they're gonna go into the flesh of the fish and it's gonna be super tasty. Now, you got the remaining salt. Start in the back, comes to the front. I'm gonna start to collect all the salt like this. Job done, 200 degrees, half an hour for 1 kilo fish. Perfect. Good luck, fishy. Now, we are going to do king prawns grilled with an Italian marinade. So, head off. Now, one thing that I want you to do is to leave the shell and the tail on. It's very important. And then you just put your knife in and you're gonna open the prawns like a butterfly. We give you wings. Pour yourself a nice glass of wine and take your time. It's Christmas. Let me show you how to prepare the dressing. We got a little clove of garlic, just finely chopped like this. Put in a bowl the zest of 1 lemon, the juice of the lemon, a little bit of chili flakes. Take the parsley, roughly chopped, a couple of pinches of salt, good quality extra virgin olive oil. Start to mix everything together. We're gonna put on top of the prawns. And then make sure that you massage the prawns into the dressing, just the way I'm doing it. The only thing that you have to do now is to put the prawns so the flesh is on the bottom. Make sure the griddle pan is not too hot. Yeah, we don't want to burn them straight away. See that the prawns, they slightly change in colors because of the lemon. And then what you have to do, 10 beautiful prawns, cook them for a couple of minutes, no longer than that. Look, you can use brandy, you can use sherry, okay, anything that flames up is fine. But remember, pour it, flame it, stand back. Okay, I'm super happy with the prawns. We'll put them like this. They're very tasty, they look amazing. Now we're gonna do anchovies in breadcrumb. How do you get the anchovy from this to this? It's quite simple. You take the head off, put your finger behind the head and just through the belly of the anchovy. Then you go underneath to pick up the bones in the middle. And this how you clean the anchovy. Anchovy goes into the flour, like this, slap it around, then it goes into the egg, and then straight into the breadcrumb. And then you cover it up. Straight in there, look at that, they're gonna be golden and delicious. Remember, anchovies doesn't take too long to cook, yeah? Get yourself 2 forks. This is the exact color that I'm looking for. My father used to love fried anchovies. So, two done, 1 to go. Now is the time to reveal the masterpiece. Yeah, don't forget the baked Seabass in salt. Aha! Look at that.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We separated the skin. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil on top. Look at that. Guarda qua, guarda.
Tidings we bring.
Buonissimo. Buonissimo. You are going to love this.